Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do really hope your day is going better than fantastic. Today, I wanted to talk about something very important and vital when talking about narcissism. Narcissistic abuse. And its seemingly rapid spread throughout our society. And that's the broken family dynamic. You see, even if we had a lot of work done on the family unit, we would still have narcissism. No doubt about that. However, the work done to repair, fix and rebuild the family dynamic, I believe would put a gigantic dent in narcissism and narcissistic abuse, to where it would greatly shrink in our society. Again, this goes back to the questions asked previously. What would happen if a narcissist or some narcissists had jobs or positions of control in the area of social influencer, such as those that produce products for the public, those that produce ideas for the public, and for those that produce television and movies for the public? Well, the answer would likely be, the narcissists in such positions would produce such work that would allow them to gain narcissistic supply. And to turn others into narcissists just like themselves, that would repeat the cycle of narcissism for generations to come. And the narcissist knows. It's a lot easier to narcissistically warp someone's mind when their targets don't have proper love and guidance from decent family and friends in their life. So is it reasonable that narcissists in such positions would push products that encouraged broken homes? Maybe they might make television shows and movies that encourages people to not act in the best interests of themselves and their family, but to go in a direction that would degrade the family dynamic. But there's something more important. What would happen if a narcissist or narcissists got jobs in family court, law, and divorce courts? The question is asked because narcissists, just like the average well-meaning person, can get jobs and positions anywhere, right? So if there are well-meaning people in the family court, it would stand to reason that a narcissist or narcissists could get such jobs and positions as well, right? Well, if they did, what would they do with such positions and jobs? Well, again, just like what most narcissists do, they would use their position to gain narcissistic supply, money if they can get it, and power to degrade the family dynamic. You see, this is such an important topic that is to a degree being ignored that could bring about big change if it's properly addressed. I've seen documentary after documentary about how horrible family court can be. We see every day how terrible and unfair divorce court can be. Yet it just keeps on happening. And though less people are getting married and having families, no one raises their hands and says, hey, this needs to be fixed. And the reason is, for one, those that really see the problem are scared to raise their hand and say, hey, this is wrong, for fear of being shamed by all of the narcissists out there. And then the second reason is, I believe there are a lot of narcissist lights. Not full-on narcissists, but people that have been greatly affected by the rise of narcissism in our society. And they like to have a system that favors the narcissist just in case they find themselves in such situation where they need such a system to give them what they want. Narcissistic supply, money, and control over their broken family dynamics to inflict as much narcissism and misery to those they have control over. This is why those of us in the narcissistic abuse community should talk about this more, so others have the courage to speak up about what are really important issues. You see, narcissism has spread and is spreading, because narcissists are rewarded for being narcissists, and they have popped up in nearly every area of society. Now I don't want to paint the past as if to look back on it with rose-colored glasses. Because there was a lot of narcissism back then. Family units with narcissism inside. Hidden. But that's what education is for. If society recognizes narcissism for what it is. And there is education for all to find on the subject. Plus the family court and divorce court was only something used in extreme cases. The narcissist would no longer see any value in marriage and having families. Because if let's say they did both, and through education and information, their target was able to figure out what was going on and escape fairly easily. And both parents had to be responsible. No more cash and prizes for the narcissist. Guess what? The narcissist would just fade into the background. You see, narcissists get married and have families. Because they know. Once that's locked down, they know. The other people involved are going to have a difficult time getting away. And this is something I want to talk more about. We've made marriage and families all about cash and prizes. Who's going to get what? And as such, this is very much up the narcissist's alley. But then you have to ask yourself again. How did the legal family system get to be like this? Is it possible narcissists in positions to influence this legal system help to have this seemingly unbalanced way of doing things pushed along? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Is it possible those working in such legal fields found it as a way to get rich financially? Because if people aren't having problems and aren't splitting up, there's no money for them to make. But if it can be induced, a revolving door of never-ending cash could be created. Again, I'm just asking. Is this all possible? And if this is happening, why is it still happening? Why is it still going on? I truly believe if more people talked about this to the point where it was normal to question this and raise your hand and say, hey, wait a minute. We are living in this broken state of being for why again? Oh, this person or that person is getting rich on everyone's pain. How can we fix this? How can we take the family back? Along with spreading the knowledge and information of narcissism and narcissistic abuse. Again, narcissists love broken families. They love them. They love to create broken families. And they love to step in the middle of broken families. No matter if they are someone new showing up to date someone that just got divorced. Or if they are showing up to tell you who you have to pay after you get a divorce. Again, narcissists can and do go after those that grew up in well-established decent homes. But they prefer going after those that have come from a broken home. It's just that much easier for them to get what they want from such a target. So much so they can lock in on someone that came from a broken home in seconds. They can scan a room and tell who the person that grew up troubled is. And one has to ask. Is the system that tells the broken homes how to be and who gets the cash and prizes? Are they any different? Are they any different? But what do you think? That's the important thing. Because your thoughts and feelings do matter. I just wished more people spoke up about this subject. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.